The Federal Reserve has already been infiltrated, you know. Back in 2016 and 2017, when I was in Washington, I told them, I said, look at the buildings across from you. The U.S. Treasury, right next to the White House, the Federal Reserve across from it, and the Pentagon over here. I won't mention their names. Remember, those who recently raised the issue with the Federal Reserve, including members of the U.S. military, regarding the possibility of an attack on Taiwan, have been invited to my home for dinner. Back in 2015, 2016, and 2017, they have all been my house for dinner. I've mentioned this in some live broadcasts. I asked them in person. I asked them about the alleged 36 executions by China, but the number was actually more than 60, as well as the execution of Tong Baohua. He looked surprised and asked, "How do you know the number?" I said, "You have all been deceived or bought off by the CCP." I met many people from the Federal Reserve. I told them, "You have been infiltrated." At the end of 2014, when I had just arrived in the UK, I met with White House officials from the State Department who were in charge of national security and China affairs. I met them in London. I said, if you don't recognize that the CCP will become your all-encompassing threat in the future, you can check the U.S. Treasury, the Federal Reserve, the U.S. Congress, and the U.S. Parliament to find out how many people are cooperating with the CCP. The Federal Reserve is one of them. Why did I mention the Federal Reserve then? He asked, why do you care about this? What can they get from the Federal Reserve? A senior White House official, an Asia and China expert, a strategic advisor, and a senior official at the time said, what can they get by infiltrating the Federal Reserve? I said, they want access to all your financial and strategic policies. I also told him the CCP has already prepared to use digital currency to confront the U.S. It wants to lead the world, including quantum technology and currency systems. Back then, they thought I was crazy, but now everything has happened. The Federal Reserve has realized the extent of the CCP's infiltration and threat. It's like you suddenly discovered that your enemy has planted multiple timed explosives inside your body. What would your reaction be? All of the U.S. national debt, monetary policy, the entire domestic annual economic plans, and real data. It's terrifying. The CCP has taken it all since a long time ago, using all means, including robbing, forcing, and the BGY, blackmail, bribery, and honey traps. The CCP uses each available tactic. So, this time, the Federal Reserve will definitely fight against the CCP. They will completely destroy the CCP's so-called digital RMB. To protect itself, the Federal Reserve will confront the CCP on a global scale. And when the Federal Reserve makes a move with its money and power, its influence will be huge. In the end, the biggest beneficiary will be the new federal state of China. Let's just wait and see.